Testing, 1, 2, 3. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. How's it going? How's it going, everyone? Out there under that night sky. I'll tell you what's new with me. This is actually a continuation from a previous episode. I have it delisted right now, but I think maybe in the future I will undelist it and it'll be able to listen to on YouTube freely. Let's see. What's been going on? I might have a new job. I apply. So here's the full story. I downloaded Final Fantasy, right? I think 14, because I never played the PC one. But when I was downloading it, I said, hey, I'm gonna maybe just apply to the Maya Cinemas and just for the fuck of it, you know. Turns out they actually hit me back 3 hours into the game. 3 hours into the game that I was playing, they hit me back, and I got an interview. It's tomorrow at 2:45. No big deal. Working at the theaters, it's not really new to me, but it's very fun. I can't stress this enough. If you've never worked at a theater before, you should try it because it's really, really fucking fun. But yeah, I think they hit me back so quick because I have because I have a lot of what's the word I'm looking for? Experience in the movie theaters. It's not Maya, but I have very much experience in Regal and how they do things, and I think I've worked nearly every single position, concessions, cleaning the theater, changing the movie theater, changing the, the movies out, trash runs. I've done pretty much everything they throw at me, making the food, doing concessions, all that, so it's not really nothing new to me. Get away. Get out from under my desk, please. Thank you. Go sit down over there until I do my thing. But, yeah, so they hit me back. I'm going to see what they're talking about. I am still employed, though, at Chipotle. I am. But, Trump just got elected, and under Trump's presidency last time, I had a gang of fucking money in my pocket when I was working at the the hospital, right? Not only was I was working the same amount of hours, and I was also getting paid less than what I'm making now, and I was pulling in $1,400 checks and shit, man. And now I work those same hours, and I get paid more, and my checks are only $600 to $700. So we're getting scammed. So he wants to take away all the taxes. That's what he says he's gonna do. So I voted, and he won, and yeah, it was interesting. It was a very interesting political little. Normally, I'm not really into politics, but now I get it. I totally get it. This thing has been going on for like 2 years. It felt like I was watching a Lifetime movie, man. It's so interesting, and now that's why I completely understand why that Schroeder character, was it Schroeder or was it Linus? The one that and Charlie Brown, the one that would always talk about politics and stuff, because it's interesting. It's very interesting. It's like a Lifetime movie. Not a lot of people, they tune it out though. They don't really want to discuss politics and stuff. But if you're just watching it, this one in particular, this one was a shit show, and I don't think we'll ever get something on this scale ever. You know what I mean? This is all. If you're into politics, this was like the Kendrick and Drake beef. Only it was Trump, Biden, Kamala, and just people on the internet. And it's very exhausting. You can't really be too much into it, but you can still be informed. But it was going on for quite a while. And yeah, he won big, So yeah, there's that. Might be working at Maya. Probably won't drop Chipotle as fast, because I still like everyone there. I don't really have problems. I don't really have problems with anybody, everyone in the club. We are all fam, as the TikTok videos say. But, now I'm going to go see what Maya talking about, though. See how much they're going to pay me, how much they want to offer. And if Trump is about to take office in January, if I just juggle these two jobs, I already know. I know the checks that I'm going to be bringing in are going to be fucking fat, dog. I don't get it. I really don't get it. I taught my little brother the method on how to get a job. You know, he's had a job too, I think one or two before, but he struggles with getting them. Me, I never struggle with getting a job. I've never struggled with getting a job in the history, probably ever. My very first job was right after I graduated high school. I went straight to the movie theater. Boom, Regal, got in, easy. If you've seen it, it was the easiest get in of my life. But the thing with Regal is, specifically Regal, I don't know where Maya is at, how they operate, but specifically Regal does this thing where they like to hire you only seasonal and keep you for 3 months and just keep cycling through employees because they don't want to dish out the money out their pocket to pay you to get you invested full time. So they have a high turnover rate because they're prone to doing that. It's kind of scammy too, and some might even say it's very bullshit. But yeah, I was only seasonal over there at Regal. And I worked there for the 3-4 months, and then I instantly got hired at Family Dollar, and I was working as the manager over there for nearly 4 years. I was the manager, and then there was my one moment of weakness when I did get let go from Family Dollar, and at this point I really wanted to get let go anyway because all the people that I started with were gone, and all the people. So So I started slacking, but when they let me go, I was very depressed for like a good 3-ish, 4-ish months. I was out of the job. I was miserable. But after that, I think I got like 14, 15 years of experience on my resume and stuff. And I've never out of a job. If you look at the dates of when I get hired and let go and hired, and I'm always working. It's always a constant flow. And I tried to teach my little brother that method. I told him all the secrets, all the hints, tips, and tricks to get a job. This is the easiest way. A lot of people don't really believe me, or I feel like people just don't really apply themselves. You know, everyone wants things just handed out to them. But here is the easiest way I found to get a job. Now I have a mouthpiece, so I could talk to anyone. I could probably call, check on them, and, get my way into an interview, But think of it like this. Think of it like a video game, right? Let's say there's a dungeon, and you're grinding that dungeon because an armor set is going to drop, right? It has like a 20% chance of dropping. And you have to keep running that dungeon over and over again. Eventually, you're going to get it, right? Stay with me now. Stay with me. Say there's a job that you want. All you have to do is wear your best clothes, go down to the place, apply first, then go down to the place you applied and introduce yourself. Hey, I'm this and that, I'm just checking out. I just applied, just wanted to blah, 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 blah. So the people, they can see your face. And then do it again. And then do it the next day. And then do it the next day. Eventually, that job, that set piece, that armor set is going to drop and you're going to get it. And I've always got hired that way. Always. It's never failed me. I have an 100% success rate of doing it just like that. And it doesn't get strange because, every time you do go in, you're seeing different employee faces and a different manager on the clock. So people already get familiar with you. You know what I mean? So basically, you just keep grinding that dungeon. You keep going to that job and introducing yourself. And eventually, that set piece, that job, it's going to drop. And it's easy. It's so easy. And I tried to teach it to my little brother, but, he's going to come around. He's going to get it. He's going to get it. He is. I do believe it, but he's just, he's in a tough spot right now. But I told him he has to cut his hair too, because it gets to a point. You don't want to look like a statistic doing it, because it's not going to work, When your hair is all dreaded up, nappy and froey and this and that, and unkempt, the word is unkempt, a lot of people aren't going to pay you no mind. And he's still trying to hold on to his hair, but he'll come around. He will. But that's my hints and tips and tricks on how to get a job. It has never failed me, ever. In all my 14, 15 years of working, I've always gotten a job like that way. And it's really only a matter of going in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, maybe 6 times a week. You'll get it. That was kind of like what I did to Chipotle too, except I was coming in for water cups because I was at the gym. And then I was just like, yeah, you hiring? And then the guy was like, oh yeah, go apply. Boom, went to apply. Told him I applied. Gave me the interview. I got it. But I do everyone like that. I do every job like that. It never fails. So yeah, I just put you on some game. I just put you on some real life game on how to get a job. But a lot of people, they're always like, oh, it's not like the 1960s. The firm handshakes don't work. Let me tell you why firm handshakes do fucking work. Because now people are inside their homes, including me, secluded more than ever. They don't know how to talk to people. They don't know how to communicate with the outside world. They're pent up with all this anxiety that people aren't going out. People aren't going out down to jobs and introducing them. They're relying on the internet application they're relying on the company to see their internet job application, and that's, and then that's it, and they're not applying themselves further to try to get that job. They're really banking. That's why you always see people are like, I applied to 100 jobs and no one calls me back, because you have to get them to make you call. Just because you send the application, that doesn't mean that you're done. I don't know what universe. I really don't know why people think just because you put an application in that's the end of the job searching process. No, I'm telling, bro, I downloaded Final Fantasy, right? As it was downloading, I just applied to my one single application. No more, no more. I wasn't on Indeed scrolling, putting it. No, I just did that because I was just waiting for the download to finish. And they called me in 3 fucking hours. That's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. But, that's game right there. I'm putting you on some game. The job, if you want a job, you gotta make you get a job, You don't just apply online and then just let it sit. But that method, what I just taught you, that's going to get you, any job in your area that you want. Just keep going in, introduce yourself, get friendly with coworkers. Come in the next day, different coworkers and different managers will be working that shift. Introduce yourself, shake hands, boom, come in again, boom. Eventually, they're going to be like, hey, yeah, you're that guy. Yeah, oh, you applied? Okay. Boom, it works every single fucking time. I don't know why people don't understand this. I really don't. People say, oh, I put in 68 applications, no one called me back. Well, you're an idiot. You're an idiot. Why the fuck are you putting 68 applications in? It doesn't need to be like that. At all. I'm putting you on game. Trust me. Anyways, what was I gonna talk about? So, it depends. It depends. I might try to juggle both these two jobs and see how much money I could rack up. Because I already know, under Donald Trump's presidency, the checks are going to be fat. And I could probably, get up shit. I might even start a family. Yeah, I'm going to get my own place with this money. Get my own car. I've had cars before. I just don't now. I've been walking everywhere. Get my own car and probably start a family. The next woman I sleep with, I'm probably going to give her a child. As strange as that. Does that sound? No, I'm not saying it to be weird. Like, I'm not going to trap her or anything, But I'm just, that's the goal. That's the goal now. I'm trying to have a kid before I hit 30. I'm 28 now. I got 2 years. And my little brother had a kid before me, my littlest brother. So that's, and then my oldest sister, she has a kid, and they're both my nephews, and I do love them. But it's about that time for me, I'm already unk status. I'm unk. And I feel like if I did have kids, I especially want a girl. I really want a daughter more than anything in the world. More than anything in the world. I really want a daughter. Because I got so much, neat stuff here, but I got stuff for boys too, I've kind of been like hinting at it and buying stuff, like in this case, like movies, old shows that I grew up with. So I got all of Sailor Moon, like everything of Sailor Moon, even the old ones, the 90s ones that are the funny ones, that are the best ones that everyone likes, and then the newer ones that not a lot of people, well, they like it, but not as much as the Deeked Up. I have it all. I have girl shows, I have boy shows, Naruto, Dragon Ball Z, everything, and they're going to grow up on the stuff that I kind of grew up on. But yeah, I really want a daughter. But if I ever have a boy, that's cool too. I'm probably, if I did have a boy, I'm probably gonna be towards him because I don't know my dad, but I feel like if I ever had a boy, I'm gonna be better than my dad. But I'm probably gonna treat him more like how Vegeta treats Trunks. You know how he was really showing tough love on Trunks, but he was kind of a dick. But if I ever have a daughter, I'm gonna be a big softie. If I ever, I know it. Absolutely, I will absolutely be a big softie if I ever have a daughter. That's the that's what I really want in life. People ask me, what's your dream job? What did you do? What do you want to wear? Do you want to be a millionaire? No, I don't. I don't. My dream is just to have a moderate size house, big enough to raise a family in, and that's it. And then I'm content. I'm happy. I don't need $1 million. I don't need to. I don't even need to be a billionaire. It's too stressful, and that's too. I don't even know what to do with it. If I ever, I wouldn't even know what to do with it. I wouldn't. I wouldn't even know. But no, I really do want a daughter. I already got names picked out. I didn't even know. If I ever had a daughter, I'm gonna name her Azalea. Let me say that again for you. Azalea. And there's a lore to this. Stay with me now. There's a lore to this. The reason why I chose Azalea because Azalea is a town. It's called Azalea Town, and it's in a Pokemon game, Crystal. It's in Pokemon Crystal, and it's Azalea Town. It's that song that goes dun 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 bum 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 bum. But the reason why I chose Pokemon is because when I was a kid, my mom used to work the night shifts, so she was on, but she got us both 2 Game Boys, and you know how Pokemon, they have the different versions, so there's there would be a fire red and then the leaf green. We were always playing different versions, right? The first Pokemon game she ever played was Crystal, because she was around the time when Pokemon first hit, and then I started on Yellow, and I didn't start on Yellow. I started on the Blue. Blue was my first Pokemon game, and it was on the chunky Game Boy, the one that's not an SP flip, but it was like that it's shaped like an oval with no backlight. But I did have a original Game Boy too, and I had a dinosaur game, and it was a dinosaur game by Disney. And then I had a friend named Elvin back in elementary school, and he had Game Boy, and I was trying to trade him. I was trying to trade him the dinosaur game for one of his better games. He said no. I kept the dinosaur game. But yeah, just Pokemon is Pokemon is really, really close to me, because for a minute, that was how, when I was younger, in my early, that was how me and my mother bonded. She would play a Pokemon game, and I would play we played both versions. We were fighting did you beat this gym yet? Yeah, I beat him. I used this, and that we kept doing that all the way up until like, I want to say Diamond and Pearl. Sorry. What's after Diamond and Pearl? I think after Diamond and Pearl, it's the Sun and Moon, or Omega Ruby and Omega. Can you calm down, cat? Please get off the dryer. What the Get out. I'm going to throw something at you. Anyways. Yeah, but we did that for a very, very long time. And so that name is really special to me. I would name you Azalea, and it's after that Pokemon town and Pokemon Crystal, a very, very old Pokemon game. And it's, I never really put much thought into a boy name, though. I don't know. Probably just name him like Bob or something, or like some stock name. I'm kidding, by the way. My name's Nehemiah. I might name him like Nezemiah or something, N-E-Z, Nez or something, I don't know, something like that. But I never really, that is true. I never put as much thought into a boy name as I, do the girl names, But, And there's always horrible. I always read horrible stories about what people do to their kids, how they neglect them and they abuse them. And it's just, it's kind of crazy when you put it in perspective because what you, to someone that's really, really rude to their kid, you know what I mean? There's another person like myself that wants that wants that more than anything, you know. That's like their number one goal in life, you know. And people don't really, some people, they just have kids just to have kids, just to have many, many, many children, and they don't, you know, take good care of them and this and that. But, you know, I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do that. It's about that. I'm about that age, man. I want to have a kid. I do. And under this presidency, like I was saying, checks are going to be fat. Checks are going to be fat. Money's going to be coming in. Might get an apartment. Might even get a two. It depends. And yeah. Next woman I take a liking to. I'm probably going to start a family with you. Absolutely. I just don't want to do anything in the dark for the, you know, for a kid, you know, and end up with a kid, you know what I mean? By doing in the dark, I mean like cheating. I'm the person that someone cheats with. I can't do that because I feel like when you cheat, you just have this unnecessary tab of uncertainty opening your head indefinitely until the person you with either finds out. You know what I mean? Like you're that's always in the back of my mind. And I like to keep a clear mind. I can't really do. And I've been the person that people have cheated on their lovers with. I've been that person before, and I can't. I hate it. I you know, it's not for everybody. It's certainly not for me, you know. Maybe I'm too conservative and maybe I'm too, you know, but I'd rather, no, you'd have to either come clean with your, the person you're with. But then again, you don't want to, I don't even want to be a rebound, but you'd either have to come clean with the person you're with and tell them you don't see nothing in them anymore and you have to break up with the person. You can't use me as a catalyst to do your cheating. I just don't operate like that, man. I'm not saying that like I can't do it because I have been that person, but I just feel icky, man. I can't. I absolutely can't. But not a lot of people are like that. Most people don't give a fuck. Most people, you know, they'll send you, oh, it's really bad. It's really bad on the internet. I've seen it on, you know, TikTok and Twitter, especially Twitter. Twitter's the worst, where guys would get cheated on, and the person that's doing the cheating, they're taking all the videos and, you know, and they send them to the, you know, and it's just, I don't know. Maybe I'm too empathetic or something, you know. Empath, is that the full word? But I don't know. It's not me. It can't be me. It can't be me. Because I'm already about that age, you know. That's why it can't be. Maybe if I was younger, if I was maybe 21, 20, 19, that's exciting, because at that point, you know, at that early, sex is exciting. That's like you're looking forward to that. But when you get up here, almost 30, it's not that exciting anymore, and then you stop really looking for flings and you look for genuine connections. But yeah, that's why, and it's always been like that. That's why when you get motherfuckers, younger motherfuckers, that you try to argue, and they be like, "Go start a family, unk. Go do this, unk," because you're old. And I feel like if you're already if you're almost nearly 30, you have no business cheating. You should have to know. You should have the what's the word I'm looking for? You should have the emotional maturity just to break it off, because I feel like it's childish, man. It's played out. Cheating played out for real. For real, it's played out. You cheat, and then now you just have this tab of, I hope I don't get caught, stuck in the back of your head. It's always perpetually open until you get caught. You know what I mean? And it's not for me. It really isn't, you know. And I'm content with that. I'm very happy with the person that I just wanna, you know, find someone I'm compatible with so that I may have a child with them. and so my life can start, because that's how it is. Everyone I've went to school with in the yearbook and all that, in middle school and elementary, everyone I've went to school with, I'm still friends with them on Facebook, and they all have families now. They all have their families. Some have 2 kids, 3 kids, and they're doing good. And then some of them are not even here with us anymore. They're gone, dead and gone. And people, we haven't forgot the people we made friends with and stuff. But I feel like I'm a bit late to the party, and I can't really voice that to people because for some reason, people with kids, when you don't have kids and you voice, I want kids one day, all they say is, no, don't do it. Like, they're just Debbie Downers. And it's like, man, shut up. Everyone says that. No, don't do it. Don't. Kids are a handful. Enjoy your single. Let me tell you something about being single. It's not all that, I'm not lonely, but I still want connections, And you want to know what being single? It's basically, for me, it's basically going to work, making some money, and then sitting down and playing the game, and then doing that over and over and over again. Also watching movies and TV shows, and you have all these pretty awesome shows or just pretty interesting little TV shows that you want to watch alongside with someone. You know what I mean? Like, you want to, because something crazy or there's like a plot twist that happens on screen, and you want to have someone there to be like, oh, so you can like converse, because humans are very social creatures. Anyone that tells you they're not social, they're lying. Because everyone craves socialness. But that's, something cool happens on screen. You want to talk about, if you're binge watching a mystery thriller to that, do you want to brainstorm what do you think is going to happen? Because that's fun. And when you're single, you don't do that. That's not a thing. That doesn't happen. Like, I'm watching Avatar Korra, and I'll get on that after this point that I'm trying to make. But yeah, you want to know what it's like when you're watching an awesome show? You post about it on Facebook as if anyone gives a shit. Like, man, I'm watching this show, it's pretty fucking awesome. And no one pays any attention because no one fucking cares. Like, bro, no one fucking cares what show you're watching if you're posting it on Facebook. You're not gonna get that. You're not gonna get that person that's genuinely interested in the show you're watching. It's just gonna sit there, and then you'll probably delete it after, because it's like, it doesn't, But yeah, I probably want a kid now. I definitely want a kid now. Next woman I take interest in, I'm probably going to give you a kid, and I'm probably going to start a family with you. Just off top, 100%. I'm all in. All my cards are in. It's about that time. But anyways, yeah, I have been watching Avatar Korra. I have. And, bro, it's so fucking awesome. It is. It really fucking is. Avatar Korra is a much better show than the Avatar The Last Airbender could ever be. And I would die on this hill. It's so fucking good. Bro, everybody always like, oh, Korra, she gets beat up in her fights. She always gets beat up. She's the worst ever. Those are people that have not watched the show. Think about it. Avatar: The Last Airbender. What was the most important move in the show? It wasn't bending fire, air, water. It wasn't bending the elements. Aang learned the ability to take people's bending away. Boom, and that's how he did it. He took Fire Lord Ozai's bending away, and that was it. That's how the show ended. In Avatar Korra, 80 to 100 years later, the very first villain she faced is a nigga that's running around taking niggas bending away. It just completely, and it's not it, bro. It completely outclasses everything in the Avatar, bro. And I love Avatar: The Last Airbender, but if Aang, Sokka, Katara, if they were going up against the people that Korra is facing, like, they'll get washed. It's not even a question. They would get absolutely wrecked, man. The stakes in Avatar Korra are so much more higher than Avatar: The Last Airbender ever was. To me, it's a good show, Airbender, but it's childish because Aang was a child, That's so he's dealing with little, what's the word I'm looking for? villains, you know. But the only adult type of actual threat that he had was just Fire Lord Ozai. That was the big threat that the whole show was about. You have to do all this and master this so you can challenge this guy. In Avatar Korra, that shit kicks off in the second episode. These villains, they're not to be fucked with, man. They're they're on a whole different level. That's why she always gets beat up. And she because people are always like, oh, because people are always talking shit about Korra, but you got to give Korra her flowers, you know. You have to give Korra her motherfucking flowers. Because look, she can't even go. The Avatar, the second little villain guy, it was during the harmonic convergence or whatever. Her Avatar state powers, the way she can talk to old past avatars like Aang, Roku, Kyoshi, all that, they're fucking gone. They got destroyed. The whole entire Avatar line from 10,000 years ago. She can't talk to no one. She is in that bitch alone by herself. And she figuring it out, man. Because the whole cycle reset when the little, the spirit got destroyed. But they brought it back. But everything that happened to how the Avatar was reborn and then to a next life and reborn into a next life, and they had all those past memories they can meditate on and they could reach out to help if they haven't. They're all gone in Korra. She doesn't have them anymore and they can't be recovered. So I never get why people are always dissing fucking Korra, man. Like, I never understood it, man. These are people that didn't watch the show at all. And you could tell by their arguments. I'm getting heated about this, man, because it pisses me off. It really does. It pisses me off. It's a good show. It's a really good fucking show. It's better than Avatar: The Last Airbender. I don't know how many times I got to keep saying it. Watch it, please. It's good. It's good. Funny thing about Avatar Korra, before I even watched it, after high school, right? After high school, when I got hired at Regal, there was a coworker there named Cassandra, and was her name Cassandra? I think it was. Yeah, it was Cassandra, and she was really into Avatar Korra, and I wasn't at the time. That was around the time where I wasn't really focused on, but she would always, oh, Avatar Korra is so good, and my favorite character is Bolin. He's so hot, and this, because we used to rip the tickets together, and that's what she would always talk about when we were, Avatar Korra. And I didn't know who the fuck Bolin was at the time. I didn't know who I don't know about this show, lady. And she was like, oh, it's so. I get it. I fucking get it now, man. I do. I wish I knew her today so I can be like, yo, I'm locked in on it. It's really fucking good. Because it is. It's really good. I don't really know what. And then, when she got hired, it's really none of my business. But she ended up dating one of the persons there that was, I think maybe her second cousin or something. But, I'm not judging. But they did get married and they did have kids. So, good on them, A little weird. But, I totally get it. When she would always fangirl about Avatar Korra to me. I totally get it. Because it's really, really, really good. Every episode I watch, it's thrilling. It's interesting. It's never boring. When I watch other shows, even other animes, I always pick up my phone. No one sent me anything. I don't have any notifications. I didn't get a message. I didn't get anything. But I always pick up my phone as if something's in there because I'm not really locked in. Avatar Korra, I'm locked in, bro. I am. I'm locked in. But yeah, I've been going for maybe 30 minutes. I think I touched up on that's all. I touched up on everything. I might have a new Maya Cinema job. We're going to know tomorrow. And I might balance it with the Trump presidency to try to break up as much cash as I can to get my own apartment and car and be good. Because that's what they were banking on. They were saying, they were really preaching, we want people to start having kids again and making it affordable again. So we going to see, motherfucker. And yeah, I'm trying to find me someone to, put a child in. And then I can mold it into a superstar. Because I'm really talented. And I feel like all my talent is going to go into the kid. And then the kid's probably going to be super fucking talented. Like a child star. Like the next Justin Bieber or something. I don't know. If you ever see me, if you ever knew me in real life, you know I'm really fucking talented. And I'll probably homeschool too, because they said that, they're going to give you $10,000 to go towards whatever you need to homeschool. And I'm a really, really smart person. I think I'm more than capable of homeschooling a kid. Right now, the resources for if you ever want to homeschool, it's so abundant. It's all on TikTok, Limit 8, one of my favorites, YouTube. You can get your PhD in homeschooling on YouTube in a span of maybe 45 minutes to an hour, depending. So it's really, I'll probably homeschool, because I really don't, schools are not what they used to be anymore. They're really not. They're incredibly, which is from what you see on the internet, it's just sad. And I graduated from McLean down the street, and there was never a shooting ever. Like back then in 2013, 14, we wouldn't even dream or think about a shooting happening. But there was like two, not inside the school, but right across the street from it, at the donut shop in the 7-Eleven. And so that really just made me feel like, oh, it's really bad, And I feel like it'll only get worse. And so that's another thing. If I do homeschool, I will be. If I do have a kid, I will be homeschooling them. I'm very, very, very capable. I think I'm more than capable, But I just want to make sure I get my body right and stuff, because I want to be here for when it happens. And I know it will happen. It will happen one day. One day I will have a kid, and that would be cool. But yeah, I think I'm gonna call it. I'm gonna end it here. That was a good podcast episode. 36 minutes. You guys enjoy. I think I'm gonna title this episode. I might have a new job, and I probably want a kid now. Thank you for tuning in, everybody. You guys have a good night. Thank you. Be safe. Get home safe. I love you. All right.